Okay, so everyone is talking about AI. It's everywhere. But let's be honest, there's a huge gap between all the hype and what's actually happening on the ground. So many companies are pouring money into it, but getting AI to deliver real, solid value? Well, that's a whole lot harder than it looks. So, how do you cut through the noise and make AI actually work? Let's get into it.
And get this, the numbers are pretty sobering. By 2027, it's predicted that a staggering 40% of agentic AI projects are just gonna fail. We're talking nearly half of all major initiatives not delivering what they promised. That's not just a small risk, that's a massive warning sign for anyone in this space.
Gartner actually has a name for this phase. They call it the trough of disillusionment. You know the feeling, right? It's that moment when all the initial crazy excitement dies down and the cold, hard reality of making it work sets in. So that leads to the big questions. Why is this so difficult? And maybe more importantly, how can you succeed where so many others are likely to fail?
So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with a serious reality check on why these projects often go off the rails. Then we'll build our way out with a solid framework I'm calling the architecture of trust. After that, we'll look at what the winners are doing differently, and we'll wrap it all up with a practical playbook so you can get started right away.
All right, first things first. Let's pull back the curtain and really look at why so many of these promising AI projects end up stumbling. And honestly, the reasons might not be what you think.
There's this massive misunderstanding about what AI can do. The expectation is that AI is some kind of magic box you can just plug into your company and poof, it'll fix all your broken, clunky systems. But the reality is, well, it's a lot harsher. Putting AI on top of a bad process doesn't fix it. It's like strapping a rocket engine to a broken-down car. You're not going to go anywhere good, you're just going to crash a whole lot faster and more spectacularly.
This right here, this is really the heart of the problem. It's almost never the AI model itself that's the issue. It's the foundation it's built on. We're talking messy, disconnected data that lives in 1,000 different spreadsheets, a real failure to actually redesign how work gets done. Or maybe you're using the wrong tool for the job, like a language AI for a task that needs perfect math. And this one's huge, a learning gap, where there's no feedback loop, so the system never gets any smarter. But the biggest mistake of all? Treating this as just a tech problem. It's not. It's a business transformation problem.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem. Now for the good stuff, the solution. Let's talk about a proven blueprint for building AI projects that actually deliver results and, just as important, are built to last.
Any successful, trustworthy AI project is built on 3 core foundations. It's that simple. Number 1, you have to match the right tool to the right task. Number 2, you have to build in clear control boundaries right from the start. And number 3, you absolutely must have solid data governance. Let's break down each one of these.
So step 1, this is super important to get right. Generative AI is probabilistic. That means it's amazing at things like recognizing patterns, understanding language, and summarizing complex information. But it is not a calculator. For anything that needs 100% precise deterministic math, you need to use rules-based tools. Using the wrong tool for the job is just a recipe for disaster.
Now for the second foundation, control. The best way to think about this is like an expert pilot in the cockpit of a modern airplane. Sure, the autopilot can handle a lot, but that pilot is always there, supervising, ready to handle any exceptions, and able to take the controls at a moment's notice. That's the model we need. A human-in-the-loop system means a person makes the final call. A human-on-the-loop system means the AI works on its own, but people are watching and can step in. This can't be some afterthought. It has to be designed into the system from day one.
And that brings us to the third foundation, which you could argue is the most critical of all, your data. It really is this simple. You cannot build a reliable, trustworthy AI house on a shaky, messy foundation of bad data. It's just not possible. Your data has to be clean, organized, traceable, and governed properly. This is the non-negotiable starting point. Full stop.
So that's the framework. But does it actually work out there in the real world? Well, let's look at the data and see what really separates the companies that are winning with AI from all the others that are just stuck spinning their wheels.
And the first thing you need to know is this. It is not about the budget. Winning with AI isn't about outspending everybody else. The real difference between the leaders and the laggards isn't how much they spend. It's all about their approach, their discipline, and their willingness to do that hard foundational work we just talked about.
Now, check out this chart, because the difference here is just massive. What you're seeing is that 55% of the AI high performers are fundamentally redesigning their workflows. Now look at the bar for everyone else. It's down at 20%. That means the winners are nearly 3 times more likely to completely rethink how work gets done instead of just slapping some automation on top of their old broken processes.
And here's another piece of data that drives home that architecture of trust idea. A full 65% of those high-performing companies have clearly defined human-in-the-loop processes. That means they have real systems for people to approve or even override what the AI is doing. Now compare that to just 23% of other organizations. This shows you they are intentionally building for trust and accountability, not just chasing automation at all costs.
Okay, we've gone through the why and the what. Now let's get down to the how. This is where we make it all tangible, with a clear, actionable checklist you can literally start using tomorrow.
So here are 4 things you can do first thing Monday morning. 1. Audit your AI portfolio. Are you trying to get a language model to do precision math? Stop. 2. Map your control points. For your biggest AI project, figure out exactly where a human needs to step in and approve, escalate, or override a decision. 3. Test your data foundation. Can you trace an AI's output all the way back to its source? If not, it's time to wrangle those scattered spreadsheets. And 4. Pick one clear 90-day target, something measurable, that'll prove the value and build some real momentum.
So as we start to wrap up, let's just zoom out for a second, because the real goal here isn't just about knocking out a few successful projects. It's about a much bigger, much more fundamental shift in how you operate.
This quote really just nails the whole thing. The organizations that are going to win, the ones that will truly transform, they won't be the ones with the flashiest tech. No. They'll be the ones who have the courage to redesign their business from the inside out and the discipline to connect every single dollar they invest in AI directly to a real business outcome. And that really leaves us with one last question for you to think about. I want you to take a hard look at your own company's strategy and ask yourself, honestly, are you just building for the hype? Are you caught up in endless pilot projects that never go anywhere? Or are you doing the hard foundational work to build an AI capability that is truly built to last? Because the answer to that question is what will decide which side of that 40% failure rate you end up on.